feeling. I was meant to win. I am down and willing, so I will find a way. It took a minute, now it didn't happen right away. When it get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay. That's how it winners made. Stick a fork in the hater on my dinner plate. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flame. I switch my style up, watch the money pile up. I'ma get rich with life.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Lunch Hour with Sam is what we're going to call it today. Just on my lunch hour from work, so I thought I'd pop on with an old friend, Sam Cournoyer. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, how are you? Doing great.
Yeah. Got the Murph shirt on. You getting ready for Murph?
No, actually not. I'm going to try to prep myself for semis, you know.
Oh, that little thing coming up?
Yeah, that little thing, you know. Yeah, so, but I'm going to definitely do it after semis. That's for sure.
All right. Yeah, so you guys you're last this year, right?
Yeah, we have the fun stuff at the end, you know. Got to wait the whole month and watch everyone go first, but hey, it's part of the game.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about, like, you know, there was a little leak with the workouts, and then CrossFit went ahead and released them all, that maybe they were out too soon and that athletes could actually get burnt out because they knew the movements and they would program them too much. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I can definitely see that, you know, happening. Especially now, like you said, they released it like way too earlier. They got leaked and everything. So now, I mean, as much as we try not to, it's kind of like hard to not practice them, right? When you know what you're gonna do at competition time, you want to be the best at it as possible. So I think it is hard. I think it's hard to manage like how to not do them too much often and try to not do too much of variation of those workouts. But I guess we are all in the same boat. So I guess it's the same for everyone.
Yeah, because, like, as important as it is, because this is the leg that gets you to the games. Your goal is to do well at the games. So you don't want to, like, mess it up, but you don't want to, like, overdo it because you still have more training to do.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's I think it's I will say, like, if your goal is to if your goal is to actually perform the games, you got to be really careful about those workouts, and like you want to do some variation of those and actually maybe hit one each time each workout, like just to see and know how it's going to feel on the comp floor. And after that, try to move on and just do maybe one variation of the workout a week, and after that, try to be done with it. It's definitely, if you have one workout that you're like, this one's gonna be bad for me, maybe pass more time on it. But at the same time, like you only have 3 weeks, so
yeah. And the way some of them are designed they're designed for you to go into that dark space. And you don't want to practice that a bunch. You don't want to know what that feels like till you have to do it.
No, exactly. No, it's like if we let's say we look at the last workout, Evan 6, the cal bike, muscle up, and the heavy lunges one. I think that's the kind of workout that you don't want to do too much. Like, it's just you know, like, just because you're gonna be like in the zone for that workout. So even if you want to practice it a lot and try to go as fast and as hard as you can, you're definitely not going as fast as you're gonna be on the comp floor. You know, it's kind of like those workouts are like, I mean, that's for me personally. Those kinds of workout, I'm not gonna touch it. Actually, I'm just gonna be like, hey, it's gonna be a one-shot deal on the comp floor, and I know how bad it's gonna be, so I don't have to practice that.
Right.
I might do some, you know, like heavy lunges with the dumbbells, some muscle up, like EMOM style workouts, but like I'm not gonna do actually the full workouts. So, like you said, it's there's a couple workouts in that weekend that's gonna be bad and hurt.
Yeah. Well, and I you know, the saying is that it's gone back to classic CrossFit. Like, you could drop this semifinal in 2015 and it would be appropriate for a 2015 regional.
Yep.
Does that play into your game, or do you like the new fancy toys and objects?
I mean, I think I'm kind of like in the middle of it. I do like the old school CrossFit, like you said, like, you know, 14, 15, 16. Those years was great to watch. And I think what Adrian brought on the table in the last couple of years, and like, let's say the last 2 years, it wasn't bad either. There was maybe some stuff that they should have give the athletes some heads up maybe just to make it like a better show for people to watch. But I don't think it was like crazy bad. Um, but now I feel like it's kind of like if I had to program it, let's say in the best world, I would have tried to be like in the middle of those two. Like let's try to go back to old CrossFit, but let's also keep some of the new stuff that we just you know um, put on, and now we're just totally back to old school CrossFit. It's fine. It's good. It's gonna be a great show for people to watch. It's just like think at the level of the fitness of the game right now that we are. We might have some. I mean, I believe we're gonna have a lot of surprise on the leaderboard at the end of those weekends, just because, like you said, there's no like skills anymore. Like they just decided to remove it, and but at the same time, we'll see. We'll see because we do know the workout, but they might have some tricks that we don't know yet.
Yeah, the one big unknown seems to be that handstand walk and what you're going to face during that.
Yeah.
But the one cool thing is, for the first time ever at this stage of the competition, you're not going to run with the machine. You're going to run on land.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was pumped about that. I think it's about time that we dropped that air runner and tried to make it, like as much as a real run. I mean, the air runner is like it's a great tool for training. I think, especially for me, like in the winter here, it's kind of like impossible to run outside. But like once we can get outside and run on tracks or streets, it's way more fun. And I think it's actually the real run. Compared to like big dudes on the runner that are heavier, they get some advantage on it. So no, I'm pumped about that. It's gonna be cool, especially that they're gonna do it like on each weekends. I saw some comments on Instagram that people were kind of like, well, it's gonna be hard to compare times, and like because it's not the same parkour. I'm like, who gives a like
Yeah,
who cares? Like it's gonna be the same course for those people doing it, and like it's gonna be fun for people to watch. Actually, who's gonna be there, and for people to watch at home. So and fun for the athlete.
When you guys are on the air runner for an 800, like
I
the
mean,
spectator has no idea
no,
where you're
and
at.
how boring is that?
Right.
Like just a bunch of dudes and girls running on their hand runner. I'm like, well, I don't know where he's at now. Who's winning? So
The judge moved to click the thing up one notch now.
Yeah.
No. It's going to be so much cooler seeing like who's in front of you, who's behind you. And then even for the athlete, you'll be able to see like, I've got to make up 10 meters on this guy.
Yep.
And how am I going to do that?
Yep. No, exactly. It's going to be, it really is going to feel like, like a bunch of kids racing in the streets. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, who's first and who's second and third? And like, let's try to catch those guys. And like we're back to 10, 12 years old and racing each other. So it's going to be nice.
Yeah. Wad Zombie jumps in with the air runner at semifinals last year was a snooze fest.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I agree.
Yeah. So, so I want to go back a little bit because it's been a minute since you and I've talked.
Yeah.
We've seen each other at events. We say hi, we give the hugs, we do that stuff, but haven't got to sit down with you in a little bit. And you took a year to go team before last year.
Yep.
What did that do for you in that year? I know before you went into it, you told me that it was a way for you to be able to work on your holes. Were you able to do that?
Some of those, I will say. Some of it, yeah. And I mean, I guess as an athlete, you're always going to have to work on something, right? And let's not lie that running is always going to be my, my Achilles. How you say that in English? Like my...
your Achilles heel?
Yeah. So that for me, running is always going to be that. And yeah, I mean, I'm a way better runner than I was if I look at it 5 years ago, last year, the games, I mean, I blew up my back in the day before, so try to run as hard as I can with a broken back. It's kind of hard. But you see, for that running clean and jerk workout coming up, I mean, I'm feeling like I'm not stupid, like I'm not going to win the workout. There's way too much good dudes there who's going to run way faster than me, but I feel pretty confident that it should be like not a terrible workout for me. So I'm actually pumped about it to actually being able to be healthy and test my run finally like at the best capacity that I can. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, I did fix a couple of them, and but I'm still working on some others. Yeah.
What was that experience like being on a team with Rich?
I mean, what can I say? It was the best, right? I mean, we got there, we having a fun time, crush workouts, win the games with the best. The girls was amazing teammates too. So no, it was cool. It's definitely something I want to do again, just because I mean, me growing up, I played team sports all my life. So falling back into that team portion for me was kind of like, oh, I missed that. It's actually if I had to choose, let's say like what is the best between individual and teams, the teams games is so much more fun. There's so much more like like the communication that you need, the synchro stuff. Like it just the game is just more fun. I feel like individual, like I'm doing it just because it's something that I want to accomplish for myself. But the I feel like the team side of it is way more fun to do. Not because of there's less pressure or anything. Like like I feel especially right now, like the team side is getting so much stronger. Those top teams, like they're doing it full time, like individually now, and the level of fitness that those teams are bringing on the table is super high, and so you got to be serious and like everybody else, like they're there to win. So there's not less pressure in teams and individual. It's just different. But for me, I will like if I had to choose one of for the rest of my life, I will have picked team. Yeah, that's for sure.
So I grew up playing both team and individual sports, and for me, when I'm on a team, like I push myself beyond my limits
Yep.
because I can let myself down a lot easier than I can let others down. And did you find that when you were on a team with Rich that you didn't want to let him down, and so maybe you pushed a little bit harder?
Uh, I mean, I don't think so. It's hard to answer that. I think definitely in certain workout, me and Rich was actually maybe pushing beyond our limits because the girls were crushing us in training. I mean, Andrew and Taylor are so fit that there were workouts in the gym that me and Rich were totally dying, and maybe we get some time, like a couple of times we did got that extra gear if you want, um, trying to keep up with the girls, but I would not say that I would push it like I push it harder to not let him down. But I just feel like like especially when you're competing in team, like it's not just you. Like there's three other person in that team that is counting on you. So you don't want to mess up things. You don't want to be the guy who's or the girls who the blame is on because you guys did not did great in the workout. So that's definitely for sure. Like in the back of your mind, but I was lucky to be like in a great team, and the job was actually pretty easy. Like I'm not saying that the competition was easy, but like my job was just hey, just do your job, keep up with those three, and everything will be fine. And I feel like Rich, Taylor, and Andrea did an amazing job, just showing me the tips on the warms and stuff like that, and like I feel like it's I didn't have it like hard.
I think you may be one of like 5 people to say that keeping up with Rich, Andrea, and Taylor is easy.
I mean, it's not easy to do. It's just like
I'm just
there's so much great teammate that when they show you how to do it, like it gets the job way easier.
yeah.
Uh, no, I mean they're definitely hard to follow in workouts. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's just like me as a mere mortal, like that isn't even comprehensible to me. So yeah.
Yeah,
Sarah Cooper says more Team Canada.
yeah. Soon. I promise, I'll go back. That's for sure.
So are you still with Mayhem today?
Yep. Yeah, I'm still in Mayhem. I'm just I haven't been there in a while just because I'm a dad of two now and they're getting older. And my wife has given me a lot of her time in the last couple of years, but now I'm trying to make it as much fair as possible, even if I'm doing a terrible job at it right now. Because as I'm a full time athlete, so I got to train a lot. But I'm trying to. I did stay home a little, like way more compared to the last 4 years. Less travel, more training at home, more time with the family, and but I'll be there maybe a couple of days before semis, and I'm probably gonna head back before the games to prep with the guys there. But yeah, I'm still with Mayhem.
So what's it like being a dad?
It's fun. I like it, especially right now. Like I'm getting in the phase. Like Liam is 6 years old, and Mila is kind of like 2.5. So like right in the middle of terrible too. But we're having a great time. It's fun. Like Liam started baseball last summer. The season just started again, so we have baseball twice a week. Mila she has a lot of energy, so we never have like that little relaxed time with her. We always are doing something, so it's cool. I like it. It's fun watching her grow up again and remembering things that we did with Liam back in the days. So I like it. Yeah, it's super fun.
So do you still have the garage gym?
Yeah, I built a new one a year and a half ago now. So I went from a 10 by 12 by a big 30 by 30, 17 feet high. So now I'm able to do way more stuff than before.
Yeah. So you saw Rich's barn and you just had to have one for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Just twice smaller though.
Yeah.
But no, it's great. I'm grateful for that. Being able to have that Murph Fitness company that's giving me all the equipment and filling the gym so I can train full time and having all the equipment that I need. So yeah, I'm grateful for that.
Are you good training by yourself?
I do actually. I don't want to sound like like a I don't know, like a douchebag or something, but I do. I'm great to train by myself. It's just something that I have in me. I have the chance to also have a lot of friends that come to my house. So like on a day to day, I will say that one session a day I'm with friends, and like the other session I am by myself. So and I kind of like it like that. Like I like it both ways. It's fun to have people who train with me, so I'm not totally by myself, but I do also like those alone session that you have to be in your mind and focus on what you have to do, and especially if you want to compete individually, I think it's important. You can compete individually if you cannot do it by yourself. So that's what I believe. And so yeah, I like it both ways. But I'm grateful for my friends who come with me in the morning sometimes.
How close are you to like Alexander Caron and those guys?
So Alex Caron lives. So like he lives actually in Quebec City. So it's kind of like a 2 hours and 30-minute drive.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's too far for me. Alex Vino, he lives like 10 hours from me, so that's impossible. Jeff lives closer to me. We kind of like have like a 40-minute drive ish um, from each other. So that's why I've been there training with Jeff a couple of times this year, and he came here a couple of times too. It's kind of hard with traffic. So that's why we don't train as much together. But yeah.
Yeah, because Alex and you are both Mayhem athletes.
Yep.
It'd be cool if you were close and just get kind of a little bit in here and there, but man, that's a long way.
No, yeah, it's a long way. So I mean, sometimes we do, like we do workouts. We do the same workouts so we can talk about scores and like even with the people at Mayhem, like Luke and stuff like that. People like Guy. We do workouts that are the same, so it's fun so we can compare, times to times. So, but yeah, definitely it will be like a huge plus if the travel was not that far.
So a while ago, I was talking to Jeff, and he said one of the hardest parts about working out in Canada is when spring breaks and you can finally get outside.
Yep.
You want to go gung ho into getting outside.
Yep.
And he found that early in his career, it made him peak too early in the season.
Yep.
So he almost had to like woe it back and pull the reins back on getting too excited about spring.
Yeah, no, I believe that it is because like in the winter for us, I mean, if we have, it's kind of like if I mean, I don't think it's as bad as Iceland, but like we don't have a lot of sun in the winter, so when the sun comes out, like in spring, like in summer, like you said, like we want to get outside and like just today, like I have a long run to do, and I'm gonna wait until like later this afternoon when the sun's gonna be like more warm, so I can go at the track and do it. But like, yeah, it's you definitely have to be careful with that. That's for sure. But I feel like after mid June, end of June, you're fine. You know, like it's a summer for everyone in the world almost, so you're good.
So one of the other things that we talked about way back is that you were working with Jim Hensel.
Yep.
Are you still working with him on mindset?
Yeah, Jim is a really great friend of mine. We keep in touch. We've both been busy, but we still, make calls times to times. And yeah, we do still some work. I mean, we still do some work together, but we also, like we're friends now, so we talk about a lot of stuff, life, and everything. So, but I'm really, really happy and so grateful to have Jim in my life. Not just for my CrossFit career, like just for me as a human being. Jim is definitely someone I'm looking up to. The way he act with people, the way he is, he definitely made me a better human and a better dad. I still have a lot of work to do, but no, I'm really really grateful for Jim. I'm excited to go see him actually soon. Yeah.
Did I observe that he's been your coach at the last few events?
Yeah, he's been with me last semifinal and last year the games. He's not gonna be with me at semis because he's I mean his personal life. He's got some stuff to do, but definitely might be with me again at the games. If he's able to free himself, he's gonna be with me again. That's for sure.
So how does it work with when Mayhem's taken a bunch of people like you and Luke and Roman and all those people were at semis last year together?
Yep.
Do you guys hang out in the back as as a group with all the coaches, or do you have like your own personal coach?
We don't, I mean we all have our personal coach. Definitely, like me and Luke are really good friends. So we do help each other. I can remember last year at the semifinal, last workouts, we were like side by side, and I mean, sorry, Luke is a monster on the echo bike, so I knew that workout was good for him. So we kind of like making jokes and like laughing at each other, like I'm gonna kick your ass, and like no, you're not, but you definitely kicked my ass at the end. But but so yeah, I mean, I feel like it depends. It depends with who. Like I do respect a lot of Roman, but I'm not a great friend with him just because I haven't been there a lot with him at Mayhem, and we don't talk that much. So I don't really talk with him when we're competing because I just feel it's not like the right time. But like every time I was at Mayhem and we were like having conversation, he was a great guy. But I'm just not as much close that I am with Luke, as an example. So yeah, I mean, to answer the question, we do as much. We try. I would say we try as much as we can to keep it friendly. But hey, we're competing, so sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, I actually got a really good glimpse at you and Luke's relationship because Jamie and I, my partner, we were at the finish line at semis last year when you guys both finished that Echo Bike and had to wait for the final results.
Yep.
And we were just kind of hanging out there, and you guys, it was obvious you two are pretty close.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I was really happy for him to qualify. Luke has been. I mean, I've been knowing Luke for a while now, and he's been really, really working hard to get there. And team the year before definitely paid off a lot for him. And after that, making it to the games individually was something a big accomplishment for him. Not just as an athlete, as a human. So yeah, I'm super super happy for him, and he's gonna do great again this year, I'm sure.
Yeah, I met Luke at TFX a couple years ago. Just a solid dude. Just yeah,
Great guy.
yeah.
Yep, definitely not the guy from the show. I can tell you
No,
that.
no, I've never watched The Bachelor, but like
I never watched.
everything I've heard,
Yeah.
like he was opposite of that. He was so fun to hang out with.
No, yeah. I love him.
So I want to talk about watching your career. in my opinion, like in the last couple of years, the only thing that has held you back is injury.
Yep.
Like you've had the one problem I've seen with your game is you finishing an event, like finishing it healthy. Last year at the games, it was obvious your back was hurting again. Have you figured out anything this off season to more bulletproof that so it doesn't come up?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I did find a solution. I definitely something that I did this year, and it's actually hard to do still. I did cut a lot of volume. That's something easy to do, and that's something that I like to do. But definitely, like you said, if we look at my resume at the games, I mean, I got, let's say we don't count 2019, and 2020, those years. I mean, first year with all the cuts after each workouts, kind of like a dumb year. After that, 2020 was online, so I don't really count those two. But like 2021, getting sick from the leg, I mean, can't really control that, right? 2022 was fine. 2023 last year, had a great first day. Messed up my first workout on the second day, but wasn't because of like injury or anything. It was actually because of me. And tried to catch up after that on the sandbag squat. And this is where I blew up my back. I might have went a little too hard from what I was able to do, but definitely like it's something that me and Jake at Mayhem look at in the off season and try to see like, all right, we know you can make it top 10. Like you're a top 10 contender, that's for sure. You're fit enough. Everyone knows it. I mean, you've been training with a lot of great athletes, and you're kicking their ass in the gym. So it's not like a fitness question. It's always like how to make you healthy and the best at the games. And so that's why we decided to cut volume this year a little bit and see if it will turns out pretty good for me. And so far, I mean, I can tell it's paying off. I haven't been doing, like huge strength cycle in this, like, this season. And I've been hitting numbers that I haven't touched in 3 years. So like, it's kind of like, it's fun, like I haven't done a lot, but the numbers are back, and like I haven't feel any injury in my off season. Like after I fixed my back, everything was kind of good. Um, I'm feeling great right now. I'm trying to think about, but like it's we'll see. Like it's hard to tell. Like training is something and competition is something else. But definitely I feel and I believe we did the right decision of cutting some volume and making some changes and more accessory stuff. Like I mean, Mayhem. Like we everyone knows us as like, man, those guys can train all day, and that's what I like to do. But I had to change that a little bit. So less workouts, more accessories, more focus on maybe intensity workouts sometimes, longer stuff, less CrossFit. So far, I think it's paying off. So I'm gonna keep it that way, and pray God that at the games everything will do good.
It's funny you talk about that because my best friend and I were talking today. Our gym has incorporated more accessory work into the day-to-day workouts. So like we only Metcon now as average Joes, maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And then some of the days are just pure accessory work. And my body feels so much better just doing that.
Yeah.
So are you subbing out the Metcon time with like pure accessory work, bodybuilding, things like that?
Yeah, no, yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing right now. Like, if I had to take like an example, like sometimes, I would have done like, 2 great big metcons in the morning with some, let's say, barbell cycling stuff and some core exercise stuff. So like a huge 1 a.m. session, like do the same thing in the afternoon. Now I'm only doing 1 metcon in the morning. And so I cut kind of like 1 metcon out of the way, do more accessories, but like not as like, I mean, off season I was doing a lot of bodybuilding. Right now I kind of cut it off a little bit and try to make my accessories more as like accessories movement that we might see, at the games, kind of like sandbag carry stuff, where instead of doing it like a fourth time like in the Metcon, but like let's do those as accessories, perfect form as much as I can. So once it's go time, well, I'm gonna do it well, um, stuff like that. So I cut one workout in the morning and definitely had some more cardio machine intervals in those routine training in the week. And yeah, I mean, so far it's working. I feel fine. I do still feel fit. There's like maybe some like my gymnastic. Let's say my gymnastic might have taken a little hit if I had to compare to before, but like it's always been a strength of mine. So at some point you gotta make a decision. Like if you want to do better at this, well, you gotta cut some other stuff. So that's what I did. So hopefully my gymnastic is still pretty good for games, and if a muscle up workout with instant wall comes up, I'll be winning that workout. But we'll see. It's hard to tell. So yeah, that's why I'm excited actually to compete too at semifinal. Those workouts are pure classic CrossFit. They're gonna be every one of those gonna be tight race, but I want to see personally if what we've been doing the last couple of months is working well, and if we are on the right path with games.
In the past years, did your back flare up at semis ever at those events? And we just didn't see it.
No, I mean, no, not really. I never really actually had a back injury before the games last year. It's just that 200-pound sandbag. I mean, I told myself that I couldn't move that bag like I was moving the one the year before, but turns out it's a little heavier than I thought. And so that's why I did blow up my bag. The recovery from it actually was a long time after the game. It took me a good 2 months when I came back from the games to fix that. And but now it's fine. I did lift 575 a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, I mean, that's good.
Yeah,
Back is strong. Back is strong. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I know you were on a team at Wadapalooza, and didn't you guys have to withdraw with something?
Yeah, last year, yeah. It was more like a precaution for the season. I kind of like tear a little one of my bicep, but nothing crazy.
Okay.
We could have kept going, but like, I mean, me and Rich, I mean, especially Rich, because he was like, "Nah, we're not doing that. We're not taking the risk to mess up your season just for Wadapalooza." So yeah.
Yeah, I must have thought that was a back injury then, but you said bicep, so now I get that.
Yeah.
All right,
No, no, I'm actually super healthy right now. I'm happy about that, and I want to keep it that way. So yeah.
You didn't do as many off-season stuff this year either, right?
No, I tried to actually, take a step back a little bit, fix stuff, and like fix my back, fix my mind also. I mean, professional athlete like that, and every year there's something happening. It did take a toll on me, and so I had to be. I really wanted to, fix everything and be in the better place, so I can be in, come in this season more, with more motivation and actually compete the best I can. So yeah.
Yeah, so and it gave you more time as a dad and spent time with kids too.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. It's I do, and I still like to, train hard, compete and stuff like that, but the more the kids are growing up, the harder it is for me to, be selfish, kind of like days like tomorrow on Saturdays when Liam doesn't have school and like everyone here at home and like just me, training hard and letting my wife take care of everything. It's getting hard. But I still have that little something in me that want to prove it to myself that I can be one of the best. So yeah.
Well, with that, let's finish up with this. Going into this season, what is your realistic goal for semis and then into the games?
Goal for semis, I'm not gonna lie, I just want to qualify. I don't really actually care about where I'm gonna finish. Um, for sure, like as an athlete, when you're competing, you want to win. But I just hate people telling, "Oh yeah, I'm going there to win," and like you see, I'm gonna win. Like, buddy, I don't know if you know, but there's only one person winning. So like, what happened if you finish second? You're a loser. I mean, no, you're not. Like second place is not bad. Like we all want the first place, but it's not happening to everyone. I just feel like you got to have the right mindset, like go there and want to try to win, but the goal, like you said, is the CrossFit Games. Even if you win Open, like Unikowski, and you win quarterfinals, even if you win a semifinal, but you get the games, he doesn't win. Well, you know, is he a loser for that? I don't think so. But there's only one thing that really matters, and it's the CrossFit Games. So for me, I just want to qualify for semis. We have a really let's be honest, we are the strongest region. The field on the especially on the men's side is crazy strong. It's gonna be all tight race each workout. So I'm gonna do just my best in each workout, and if I qualify, I'll be happy with that. And for the games, I mean, I definitely want something like a top 10, but I did. I mean, since the beginning of the season, my main goal is to finish my weekend. I have never made it to the last cut, so that's my goal. I want to actually complete and finish my CrossFit Games this year. That's my goal. Just get there on Sunday and do that last workout.
So you've trained all year, and what's cool about being in this most stacked division or most stacked region is you're going to test yourself at semis. You're going to know what all that work is done and where you're at, because you're going up against Roman and Adler and Luke and all those guys.
Yep.
How important is it to like see where you're at this weekend coming up?
I mean, it is important and it's not. You can't compare it. Like I do. I mean, I'm lucky because I got Roman and Jeff. Two podium guy in my region, so you cannot really ask for better than that. But there's also people like Pat and Justin, and Sam Quan, like on the Brett Fikowski. I mean, name it all. Like there's a lot of good dudes that are not with us. So it's hard to come. Like you can't really compare. I think you just got to be like, you actually got to analyze your performance and see if what you're working on has been working, and if it's working, well, you did a great job. So you cannot compare. Like I can't compare myself to Jeff Adler on that first event running clean and jerk. Let's be honest. Jeff is freaking strong, and we all know that he runs fast. It will be dumb for me to compare myself with Jeff Adler on that workout. So I can definitely maybe try to target some of the guys that are in the same range of me in the running game and try to beat those guys. And if I beat those guys, well, I did a great job in my off season because it means the work I did, it did work. So that's how I see it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see, but it's gonna be interesting, that's for sure, and it's gonna be fun.
Well, Sam, I want to thank you for doing this. We try to keep these a little shorter because of semifinals, and you guys are prepping for that. As always, I'm a big fan. I'll be rooting for you. And I think I'm going to make it down to Knoxville for this.
Nice.
So we'll see you down there.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody in the chat for being here. We will see everybody next time on the Clydesdale Media Podcast. Bye, guys.